Hi, my soulful friends. Allison Profit here, organizer and creator of the Soulful Entrepreneur Summit. Today, I'm so excited to be joined by Jess Sato, one of our speakers. And today, we're going to be doing her Summit Speaker Spotlight interviews so that you can get to know her a little bit better. Jess is going to be joining us on day one of the summit for the Soulful Mindset Day, and she's going to be doing an amazing presentation. So we're going to just dive right in. Hi, Jess. How are you today?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. So I'd love for you to start off just by introducing yourself and your business.
All right, thanks so much. As Allison said, my name's Jess Sato, and I'm the co-founder of Two Smart Girls, and we help former corporate women step boldly and confidently into entrepreneurship, really focused on building the foundations of their business from idea to launch.
Amazing. So, Jess, you and I've had opportunities to connect a couple of different times throughout the past year. And you are featured on day one because I definitely know that you have that soulful vibe. And so I'd love for you to share, what does it mean to you to be a soulful entrepreneur?
Oh, I love this question. I was actually thinking about this morning as I was getting ready. And, to me, being soulful is really rooted in knowing yourself and being connected on a deep and authentic level with your core values and making sure that from an entrepreneurial perspective, those things come through, right? You cannot separate these pieces of yourself as an entrepreneur, and certainly not as a solo professional. So for me, being a soulful entrepreneur is about bringing the fullness of who you are as a person to every aspect of your business, whether that's the you know products, the services, the business model that you choose, the way you present yourself on social media, to your community. All of that it's got to be intricately connected. So, if you're not clear on who those things are, it's going to be very difficult to show up in a real and authentic way with your community.
I love that so much. And, having come from the corporate world myself, working in HR for so long, there are parts of you that you have to hide.
Yeah.
And if you do move into having your own business, that realization that those masks that you are wearing, like just like put them all down, actually like throw them in the trash because you probably don't need them anymore.
Yeah. Well,
um,
and I see so many, at least women in our community are struggling to find that right balance. Like they come from the corporate world. So like you said, they have these masks. They're used to wearing a certain identity. And in some sense, it's very freeing. And in another sense, it's actually really scary to sort of like open it all up for
yeah,
the world. But that to me is the beauty of being an entrepreneur. And I wouldn't change that for anything.
yeah, I totally agree. So, in addition to talking about just being our authentic selves and just kind of reconnecting with that truth, one of the things that I think all of us can agree on is that music is this universal language, and it doesn't matter what our mood is or where we are. If we hear our favorite song, we're going to perk up. And one of the things that we're highlighting during the summit is the importance of fun. And I think music is super fun. And so, as part of our application process, we actually asked all of our speakers to share their favorite go to song, the thing that helps them get energized and pumped up. We created this great playlist. So, I would love for you to share, like, what is your go to song and why does it get you going?
Oh my gosh. I knew you were going to ask me this. And now I'm like, I feel like I'm sort of drawing a blank about which one because I have constantly been shuffling through these different playlists.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's see. Hold on. I can find the one that you put on your application was Roar by Katy Perry.
ah, yes, it's so good. Such a power anthem for sure. And I know, I mean, now that you're saying that, I think, she even her, right, as the author, right, she has this really amazing story herself. So yeah, I love any kind of music that I feel like sort of like penetrates the soul and allows you to sort of just like step into this power space. I know some others that I love are This Is Me and all of that. So I actually love that you guys are doing this fun, unique thing. I've never seen anybody else do. So it's super.
Oh, yay. That's like so exciting. That's what we're looking for. Something that's brings a ton of value, but also has this thing that's very memorable.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to just remember, because I think there are these things that we tend to do where we put successful people up on a pedestal,
Yeah.
right? And so if we can connect with somebody, be like, oh my God, that's my favorite song too, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like they're also just a human, like they're
Right.
also just a person. They listen to the same radio stations. They
So
also have
true.
Pandora and Spotify.
So
So
true.
so that being said, we do, you'll see in the video description here a link to check out the YouTube playlist as well as the Spotify playlist. So you can pick your service of choice. And we've put all the speakers' go-to songs. And then since I'm the organizer, I just dumped a bunch of my favorite songs on there too. So,
I can't wait.
so tell us, what are you excited about sharing at the summit at the end of January in just a couple weeks?
Yeah. So as someone who has made the leap from corporate life into entrepreneurship, a big part of the success of that is really rooted in what we think and believe. And it's very easy to get stuck in patterns that have helped you be successful at one point, but may in fact be holding you back. And we, as humans, we default to what's comfortable, what's easy, right? Because that's just how we're actually wired. But in order to move fully into entrepreneurship, in order to really grow, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable. And so, what I'm going to be talking about is literally called Stop Defaulting, Design the Life and Business that you really want. And it is very much about making sure you are clear on how your brain works, why it's actually difficult to step into discomfort, and then what it takes to move into this space where we are actively designing for the future that we're trying to create. And that is rooted in a deep sense of belief, and a willingness, as I said, to get uncomfortable. So I'm very, very excited to talk about this as something I'm very passionate about.
Awesome. I feel like we could just keep talking and talking. But for the sake of time, we'll hold that until we get to the summit. We also have some really great networking opportunities. So hopefully we'll see you at some of those. So I'm going to do a quick couple rapid fire questions
Okay.
here with you. So just answer off the cuff.
Okay.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise,
Beach or mountains?
mountains, definitely.
The favorite book that you read in 2020?
Probably Becoming by Michelle Obama.
Hmm. And the biggest takeaway you had from 2020?
Flexibility, be willing to pivot and be okay with it.
Yes, surrender and be flexible. I love that. So, well, everybody, this is Jess Sato from Two Smart Girls. She's going to be joining us at the Soulful Entrepreneur Summit, which is happening January 25th through the 29th. Her session is on the first day, which is Soulful Mindset Day, January 25th. Her session takes place at noon Mountain Standard Time, but we do hope that you'll come and check out the entire event. If you don't already have your tickets, details to get tickets are in the video description. We have free limited access passes, and then we also paid all access tickets that get you all kinds of great perks, access to the recordings and special afternoon sessions that we have, which include networking opportunities so that you get a little bit more hands-on opportunities with some of our speakers and contributors. So Jess, thank you so much. We can't wait to see you in a few weeks and hear what you have to say about designing the business that you really desire.
Thanks, I'm excited.
Bye, everybody.